and I'll put it on YouTube. I put it on YouTube probably over the holidays. So it's all the U11 stuff. It'll only be private, so it'll only be for you guys. You'll get the link, and then that way, as you go into Year 12, you'll see the Year 12 topics as well that I've been doing with the Year 12 topics. You'll see it all there. You get to do that. It's good. At least we get to use all these. All right, answer. Looks like it is C. When is the particle stationary? For this one, a particle is moving with this velocity. When is the particle stationary? I think you've done that, Alessandro, stationarity. Stationary, right or not? No, not stationary. Have you done stationary?
No.
No, good, then that. Anyone done stationary?
Is it just differentiation?
It's just derivative equal to 0. Yeah. But, which is acceleration, you make that equal to 0. But no, if you haven't done it, then that's fine. We'll go to this one. Pupil graphs the following relations. Which relation is many to 1? Which is many x's to 1 y. Many x's to the 1 y. That one? That one. Yeah, I think I know the answer straight away. D is what? A straight line. That's 1 to 1. Why is that 1 to 1? There's 1x for 1y. This one is a cubic. Also 1 to 1. Correct? This is a circle. Circle is many to many. Semicircle, this way, is many x's to the 1y value. Let's call that 1. So 2 different x's for the 1y value. Make sense? Many to 1. Come on, you've got to learn that. If that's your weakness, just go back quickly. 1 to 1, many to many, smash it out. Easy. 5 is not for us. 6 is for next year. Derivative domain. What is the domain of the function? Can x be 7? No, because if x is 7, you're going to get 0 in the denominator, which is not allowed. So you straight away know it can't be b and it can't be d, because these are curved. Now, if you did infinity, that means you're saying 8 or 9 or 10 works. Can 8 work? But I can see, I'm looking at YouTube, for example, when you saw that question, it's not like you're really thinking like that. You're just like, oh, what do I do again? Root 7, that's what I mean. Like you're probably overcomplicating it. Whereas with me, I just went, well, look, in the denominator, x can't be equal to 7. Again, as an extension student, you should know because you've got inequalities where the denominator cannot equal to 0. So that's your first thing you should see. So knock off 2, and then I just subbed in 8. I realized that doesn't work. The answer has to be negative. So in other words, x must be, if we had to do it in a different way, x must be what? Something 7. Smaller than 7. X is smaller than 7, which is what this guy's saying. Negative infinity all the way to 7. Nine. Which one of the following is not true about this function? Okay, which one is not true? I think I know my answer. I would like to check theirs.
D?
It is D. Why?
Because well, you can't differentiate a B, but
He remembers that you can't actually differentiate that little bit there. The fact that it's sharp, we can't actually differentiate it. We can differentiate this component, this component, this component, this component, this component, this component. But right there, we actually can't differentiate. So it is not differentiable everywhere. Is the graph greater than 0? Is y value bigger than 0? Of course it is. It looks like this. Is the graph continuous everywhere? Yes, there's no breakages. And is there a local minimum at x is 3? Yep, the minimum absolutely is a 3. But yeah, the graph isn't differentiable everywhere. Good work. Any questions? Integrate, not for you. Solve. Yep, that's for you guys. Go ahead. Anyone else? Something? Okay. That's it. Easy. All right, we're done. Did you test as well?
No.
Well, then how do you haven't answered the question? No, listen.
Yeah.
Your exam, Wednesday.
Yeah.
You have to be on the ball right now. No room for error. You're not doing physics tonight, right? Or you are?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. I forgot. You have to have your physics.
Yeah.
Brad, is your mic working? Brad.
No.
I said no? Oh, fair enough. Eden's on. Cool. All right, let's go. So, equals 5, equals minus 5, x equals 6 divided by 2 is 3, x equals minus 5, minus 4, negative 2. You got 1 mark. So don't stop. It's an inequality. You go, draw, negative 2, 3, open circles. Then we test. X equals 0. Back into the original. 2 times 0 is 0. Take away 1 is 1, because it's absolute value. Is 1 bigger than 5? You would say no. So therefore they are running away. You're still only at 1 mark.
Yeah, right.
The answer is x less than negative 2, x bigger than 3. Any questions? Yep, that's for you guys. Use the cosine rule. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. Not hard for the hardest exam in the state. Yeah, because this is the hardest trial HSC exam in the state. Like, whatever. You know your stuff, you've read it, you're prepared. What is hard? Now I was looking at their extension 2 paper. Very good. We're good. We're good. I was scared. I was scared thinking that it's going to actually be harder because of the new syllabus.
Yeah.
There aren't many papers out there. So I wasn't aware of what's going to happen. Good news. We're on top of it. We're on top of it. It looks very, very good. All right, answer the 2 sig figs. You lose a mark. Be careful with that. What a waste of time to get 7.82. 2 sig figs means the first 2 numbers that are non-zero. Okay, any questions? No. This is, look, last month. You can't get any more relevant than that. All right, go, solve. 3 marks, up to 3 pi. See, you see how I knew this would be an exam question. That's why I emphasized negative so much. All the baby stuff, not worried, not my problem. This, no, that's how they work. What I prepared you guys for, your trials. I love. Right. Fantastic.
We don't have lessons today, right?
You want to study closer?
So it's open to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to have lessons today?
Are you ready for it?
Oh, I have work first, but if you don't want to, you don't. Let me check my recording. Sure.
I don't know if you should be doing U12 today. I would say because you've got like chemistry, bio, math coming up, all your mind should only be on those 3 subjects. That's all. Maybe he can help you with chemistry, let's say. If you want to use that time, fine. If you really want to achieve, if he's happy to as well. But I mean, I wouldn't really learn something physics right now. I don't know why you would do that to yourself. Me, again, up to you. As he said, it's up to you. S, 180 minus. Any questions with what I've done so far? The fact that it's 3 pi, you guys know what I'm going to do. Add 360 to both of them. You don't need to do to both, but we're going to do it to both, just so you guys can see what happens. 690. Obviously 3 times 180 is 540, and obviously you can tell the 3 answers we're looking for are these 3. Did we get them out? Is that fun? Yep. And then obviously don't forget to change it to radians. So what's the final answer? 5 pi on 6. 11 pi on 6. Thank you very much. 17 pi on 6. Good work. Any questions? Move on. Move on. Probability in our exams? Go ahead. Easy one. Think year 9, year 10. Don't overkill it. I think. I haven't read it either. But I just think. I see it. Is Giovanni anything coming in?
Yes, 900 minutes. That is almost something.
Well, what do you want to do with him now? What do you think? Do you want to have a chemistry lesson? Do you think you can help him out?
Yeah, if you want to have we need to sit in now or we can sit in afterwards the regular time.
Oh, no, now he's doing nothing.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah,
Unless you've got plans afterwards.
no,
Yeah, that's fine. That's probably better. Just use that time for chemistry. And see how you go with chemistry. Give me a second. Huh? Six on 14, we said 8 on 14?
Yep.
I'm not reading, by the way. This would be what, 8 on 13? And that's it. And calculate the probability of selecting 2 balls of different colors. That just means white, green, plus. Who's starting to think, well, we might have this for next year? Because this is a Sydney Grammar Trials. And we're looking okay. Yeah, white, green, 6 on 14 times 8 on 13 plus 8 on 14 times 6 on 13. Hi. It's all good. And then obviously whatever that gives you, which we're not too interested in. Someone work it out? No, no, don't worry. You did? 0.53. Any questions?
Will we just say that's 0.53?
Yeah, what's wrong?
That's fine.
I don't know, did he round? Have he rounded?
No, it was 527.
Then don't try to round. Don't do that. You don't want, then don't write as a decimal. SD, write as a fraction. 527 on 1000 is the answer we're looking for. Or, now that I realize the answer, you could have written this. Yes, the whole thing. Don't round, because 53% is different to 52.7%. Stefan, you got that? 53% is different to 52.7%.
48 and 91.
Huh?
48 and 91.
Is the simplified answer?
No, no.
Is the actual answer? So how come you got 527 over 1000?
Because that's 0.57.
No, he said blah, blah, blah. 0.527, blah, blah, blah.
3.5 to 740.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me, what's the final answer?
48 on 91.
48 on 99?
91.
91. Thank you. Can't round. That was even worse because then he rounded and then you round again. Oh, that's just a big mess. Don't do that. All right, all good. Let's go. Next one. You don't get laptop? I can give you my laptop. Hold on. Hold on. Question. Nope, not for you. Not for you. Solve. Ugh. And sketch. So question 20A and B. A and B for now. A and B. No? Okay. I'll do why are you doing this? You're dealing with the revision, eh? I might as well start you off with, no, I might as well start you off with, beginning of the book. At least you get a case of it. Yeah, then that's changed everything.
I'll show you the question.
Sounds good. We won't start year 12 till next week. The next Thursday will be our first year 12 lesson. And then because I fell behind this term, because I worked on your revision for the last term, you guys are going to pretty much catch up, not during these holidays. I'm giving you these 2 weeks off because it's a transition from 11 to 12, but summer holidays. Summer holidays, we'll catch up with you 12.
So what are we doing for the 4th?
Term 4, we're going to start week by week. Exactly what you guys are going to be learning, I'll be doing at the same time. It won't be a problem because I know what it is. It's calculus. Piece of cake.
So you said everything.
No, I will not. I will not. I don't. I never said that about firms and comms and stuff. No, I will not.
Well, we transferred through that in class.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm honest. If it's meant to be easy, then I'll say it. If it's actually meant to be hard, I'll say it. Realistically. Hey, you take it on is a different thing. You know what I'm saying? You'll see. Now you're going to start it. You'll tell us. You'll be like, seriously? This is a good goal? I'll be like, yes, it's worth about 6 to 10 marks in the HSC. Because now year 12, whatever you learn is actually in your HSC, right? It's not like year 11 where you don't, bits and pieces will be. And then you'll tell me how you feel about it. And you can tell the rest of the class. Okay. Thank you. If you've done A and B, try to answer C as well. Find the values of x for which the parabola. All right, let's get the stapler here. So through this. What I want you to do, you have a book, year 12, and then write on this and transfer it to year 12. I just want you to differentiate all this. Easy, easy, trust me. Are they good at it? Are they hard to differentiate? Look at it.
No.
Easy. What's the first answer?
Very useful.
See? All right. Solve this equation. What should we get? X equals, looks like a positive 3 and a negative 2. Ugh, that was hard in my head, but we did it. In the space below, sketch the graphs of these two. X squared minus 6, so you have to go down 6. Because it says label all the x and y intercepts, you had to actually find these, which should have been negative root 6. No, oh yeah, negative root 6 and root 6. This would have been at negative 6, and then y equals to x looks like this. Any questions? Anyone wondering how I got the root 6s, or we're okay with that? X intercepts, okay. And label the points and any points of intersections. Okay, obviously this point of intersection is at 3. This point of intersection is at negative 2. What you just found above. And then because the point of intersection, you've got to sub it back in. So y is 3, because you can sub it back into here. And then obviously this one here, y is negative 2. If you didn't show that point of intersection, unfortunately you will lose a mark. So you see what I kept doing when I drew it, I kept going back, label the coordinates of any x and y intercepts, tick, and then point of intersection, tick. Done. So straightforward question, a lot of room for error. Understood how I linked what we just did above to this bit here? Last bit, find the values of x for which the parabola is bigger than your line. When is the parabola bigger than your line? Can someone tell me the answer without actually solving this? Because there is a way of doing it, you know. Let's just make sure we've got a fail-safe method. What's the fail-safe method, Stefan? Yeah, correct. So pretty much make it an equal sign. That's fail-safe. You just worked it out above. I think we said 3 and negative 2. Then we test. So let's just make sure we all know how to do it. Like I said, fail-safe. X equals 0, sub it in. Is negative 6 bigger than 0? No, it's not, actually. So that is not going to work. They're running away. X is less than negative 2. X is bigger than 3. Cool. What's the other way? Like I said, if you really want to understand what's happening, what is this again? I said parabola. Where is your parabola bigger than your line? Where is your parabola bigger than your line? Go up. Where is the parabola bigger than your line? Well, the parabola is bigger here and here. What's happening? X is less than? X is less than negative 2, and where x is bigger than 3. Not where they're in between them. Between negative 2 and 3, the line is bigger. See this line? It's bigger than my parabola. That's how you do it graphically when you guys got taught graphically, which I avoid. Because I know you don't need it. You're going to do it algebraically like that. All good?
So if you're not graphically,
Yeah.
you get the 2 marks.
How do you get the 2 marks? You get the 2 marks because one answer is x is less than negative 2, and the other answer is x is greater than 3. Some students write x is greater than negative 2, some students write x is greater than or equal to negative 2, less than or equal to negative 2, but all these mistakes. So 2 solutions, 2 marks. Usually. All good?
Yep.
Move. Any questions? I keep saying no. If I don't hear anything, I'm assuming it's fine. Use the trapezoidal rule. That's next year. If it's even or odd, and then differentiate. 3 marks. Determine the stationary points. Oh, that's what Tiana's doing. All right, A and B. Go. All right, yes. So Now what you're about to learn is how to graph anything in the world. So before you have to memorize it. True. I guess actually know parabola, it was an exponential, it was this. Now, you don't need to. You actually don't care what it is. As long as you can differentiate it, you'll be able to find its turning points. And from there, you just connect dots. You'll see what I mean. So the stationary points is just another way of saying turning point. So before, we had a question like this. X squared minus 4x. There was two ways of finding your turning point. It was by factorizing x out and you get x equal to x and x equal to 4. You still find your intercept, which is a 0 and positive 4. You can find the midpoint of that, which is a positive 2. And that becomes the turning point of that. Something like that. Number 1. Number 2 was negative b on 2a, axis of symmetry. Negative b, which is positive 4, on 2a, which is 2, so 4 on 2. Well, the good news is that method 1 and method 2 are right.
That's right.
Yes. Believe it. Method 3, differentiation, overrides everything. Because it will solve you the axis of symmetry for any curve on the slope. So it's very powerful. All you're going to do to find the stationary points, the turning points, you say sub in. Yeah, sub in is not an opportunity to differentiate and then make it equal to 0. When you make it equal to 0, you solve for x. That's your x value where it turns. Then where you submit your x value to find your y coordinate into the original with the 2 together. With y on dash. So when you solve for x here, you sub it into this to find y, not finding y dash. When you find y dash, you make y dash equal to 0 because you're trying to find your stationary point. And what's a stationary point?
I just need to stay in the spot.
Well, it is, but we haven't spoken about the stop just yet. It is. We haven't spoken about it. Just a turning point for you right now. What's that turning point, right? This is the mechanic turn. Up here turns. This is it. So you actually find these points, that's turn. So how do I find stationary points? Equal to? The rest is easy. You're just subbing in. Yep. So the key thing is that point is y dash equals 0. How do I find stationary points? Y dash equals to 0. How do I find stationary points? 6 out of 7 topics in your course are going to be based off that. So super important. All right, let's go. Determine algebraically whether the function is even, odd, or neither. How do we start these? F of negative x. Straight away, it's obviously not even. Factorize your negative out. You only take it out from the top or the bottom, never the and. You don't take it out from the top and the bottom. There it is. That is the original. Did you guys get it out? Odd. Show f dash is this. You have to use what? Quotient rule. It's divided. I always use product rule. Product is multiplied. Oh, you put it up?
Yeah.
Nah, it's divided, you use quotient rule. If it's multiplied, you use product rule. The only time you bring it up is if this was just a constant. Good, keep that in mind. If it's 2x is divided, use quotient rule. If it's a constant on top, nah, then you do what you just said before. All right, quotient rule. U dash v minus v dash u over v squared. U dash v minus v dash u over v squared. 1 plus x squared, I think it's done. I'm just going to rewrite the answer. Yeah, I'm talking. Everyone the answer, is that a problem? When you say differentiate the first one, we got 2x take away 4.
Oh, no, I'm on question two.
But now, I haven't done our stationary point. I just made you do step 1. Differentiate. Now, so look how you've got to say, if you want, or if you've got room there, in question 1, you're going to make all of each one that you just differentiated equal to
Yeah.
0. Actually solve for x. And then you need to find y. How do I find y when you found x? So back into the original. Okay. Any questions about those two? Keep in mind when to bring it up and when not to. 2x is divided. 2x is divided. Quotient. There you go. So how many marks is this altogether? 9 marks. Theorem, stationary points. It's going to be worth 9 marks. See, determine the coordinates of the stationary points and nature, and then sketch it. That's really easy, I promise. All right, this one will be in your exam. Good luck. I'll zoom out, just so you can answer the part B as well. Oh, let me just make sure. Yeah, should be fine. Should be fine. Maybe, wait, B, you might not be able to do B. Wait, concept? Anyways, let's just do A first. Take one step at a time. That's the station. What you just found, he's going to put out that way. That would be the animals in 2, yeah. Maybe before that define the vertex, and there is the vertex formula, which is why that is as well.
I'm so confused. So I told you, I promised you my teacher was telling me a hyperbola was a parabola and a parabola was a hyperbola.
Yeah.
No, like, I think maybe she got the names confused, and I was like so dead that it's supposed to stop the way around.
That's called the parabola.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think it's just exactly this happens because you just got through it. Yeah, exactly, got to you clearly. What would you call that? Hyperbola? Yeah. That's a parabola. Okay, it's just, yeah. Chill out. All right, here we go. A concert is to be held. The number of people expected to attend N varies inversely with the distance, which you can see through the half hyperbola. If the distance from the city centre is 300 meters, then 6,000 people are expected to attend. So when D is 300, N is 6,000, find an equation where K is a constant. Very easy, sub it in. So N is 6,000, D is 300, K is 1.8 million. Therefore, your equation is N equals 1,800,000 on D. Easy? The concert needs an attendance of at least 2,000 in order to make a profit. Find the maximum distance the concert can be from the city centre and still make a profit. Well, yeah. I thought you could do B. All you're going to do is sub in at least 2,000. So the concert needs an attendance of at least 2,000. Find the maximum distance the concert can be from the city centre and still make a profit. Yeah, so just sub it in. So 2,000 equals 1.8 million on D. So D needs to be Say again?
900.
900 on the dot.
Yep.
Good job. Again, that was very easy. Don't let the words and stuff confuse you. At a point on the graph, the number of people attending is decreasing at the rate of 5 people per 4 meters. Find the value of D for this point. Rate of change in 2 unit, right? In advanced math? Or is that only in extension 1? I think it's only extension 1. Yeah, so that's year 12. But they do it in year 12. Advanced, like that. You guys get the head start. Standard criterion, outliers, mean and variance. Okay. I don't think part A is in it. I think that's year 12. Find the mean and the variance. Yeah, technically part of year 12. That's okay. This is the one. That's year 11. Four marks. Find M and find the expected value. Do we remember how to find M, the logic of it? Sum of P of X. What's equal to? 1. And then how do we find E of X? Sum of X, P of X. This guy multiplied by this guy. This guy multiplied by this guy. And then you just add them all up. Good luck. 4 marks. Did you get that in your exam, Diana? The expected value and variance?
Yeah.
Yep. How many marks? 3 or 4? Was it at the end?
Like, it was in the big questions, I think it was like question 2 or like the second one.
Yeah, usually it is. I was going to say, in your year 11, because this is really poorly done, it's probably going to be at the end of the paper.
Yeah, I know, all of them said they couldn't do it.
Really?
When I looked at this like that, and all of them said they couldn't do it.
Well, did you do it? You can't compare yourself with slow time, you actually means you won't be able to compare yourself to have the upper hand. I'm telling you literally within the last, I'm telling you right now, that would be the last question. Who says that to you guys?
Anyway,
Wait, no, they're not all parabolas. Of course,
okay.
of course. But that's a parabola set square, that's a parabola set square,
Yeah.
that's not
That's
a
a
parabola.
cubic.
Yeah, it's going to be a cubic that you have, it's going to be like this cubic,
Yeah.
this kind of cubic. Just making sure. But you know how you'll know? Because you're going to have one stationary point here, you have one station up here.
Yeah.
How are you going to connect them? Obviously, you know what I mean? No, not always squiggly like this. You can kind of squiggly. That's it.
And the opening is
Triple A. It's a parabola, what is it? Happy to say it.
because it's in the I suppose everything I know about lines.
You're doing well. You just stay positive. I think you're looking good. Let me show you somebody there. So that's looking at you. I think that's term, end of term 4. So end of next term. Let me show you the results. I think you'll appreciate it. Maybe it will remind you who you are for. So it's a decided end of next term. So if you're not saying this is my first before results. Look at it. So don't be so I don't ask and see that I'm hoping the next time. I really want to push myself in a vision. A lot of work I really do it. I'll do as hard as I can. There's a lot of work I'm committed. And so it gives me over the holidays, some holidays can come, the truth. When I say it's fantastic, I think you'll see there's an improvement. Right? Okay. First result, before we start. If Then the first term with me, 27%. Second term, 46%. Trial HSE, hardest one, year 11 and 12, 54%. First time integrated class math, regular HSE. 71%. From 15, going up to 71. I'm not showing you the video level 50 to 9, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying 15 is a harder. 15 is super hard. There's a lot of rewiring. So if you're not at 15, now you know the minimum you're going to get is 71. So, build yourself up. You won't know what happens. I'll help you guys out. Just stay positive. Let's do it. What's the answer for M? 0.05. And have we done the expected value yet? What's your answer, Alessandra?
2.1.
2.1. Can anyone confirm at home? 2.1. If they've done it. We'll just wait. Or a different answer. Don't say wait. You think it's wrong?
It's wrong. It's
Why?
Subtracted wrong.
Subtracted wrong. You're not meant to be you're adding.
It's meant to be 2.3. Sorry.
2.3 now.
Yeah.
Eden, have you got an answer for us? Wait for the boys, maybe. Brad, you guys can type, confirm, say yes, no, maybe on the group chat. Do we agree with his answer? 2.3. We're happy. That's fine, got it. All right. And I'm okay with that as well. Exponentials. Go ahead. When you're ready.
It's T English.
Say that again.
It's T.
Yes.
T.
Yes. Done? Find the mass of the isotope remaining after 2 years. Well, T is already in years, so the mass becomes, give your answer correct for 3 sig figs, 18.1 kilograms. How long until half the isotope has decayed? Again, you'll just make that, you'll make M equal to what? 10, half of the initial 20. And then that should become half. Log both sides. Divide by negative 0.05. T equals 13.9 years. Good work. Any questions? Show that M satisfies this equation, and hence find the rate of decay when 5 kilograms of the isotope remains. Of course, all you're going to do is differentiate. So start from the original. M equals 20e negative 0.05 t. Differentiate. Remember to differentiate exponentials. They will always remain as exponentials. And then you just times by the derivative of the numerator, the power. Power, 20e. And then you'll know straight away that this is equal to m. And then your answer is just negative 0.05 m. And hence find the rate of decay. So the rate of decay when 5 kilograms of isotope remains times 5. See how you could have done the second part and got full marks. Sorry, 1 mark out of the 2, even if you couldn't differentiate your first bit, because they've given you the answer. So easy mark. All you have to do is times 5. Again, I'm not sure if some of you are used to that yet. You're still thinking you have to actually get everything out. Sometimes you just got to scatter marks. M is equal to 5. Say again?
So your equation of m equals 5.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need it. Yeah. Right? You don't need it. Yeah. Easy. Because then you're asking to find the rate as well. So that's the derivative. Good work. Sketch the graph of, no, I don't think that's more for, find the simplified exact expression of the area. What's next year? Find the probability. Yeah, that could be. Are the events? Yep. Question 28. Hopefully that's not too small.
You liking it? Yeah. Gives you a few questions? That's it, that's literally what we need.
Y dash is x cubed. Y is x cubed. You start at the bottom.
This is, I hate focus so much.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Because you keep saying that to yourself, you keep hating it, and you keep doing this.
Because I'm honest with myself.
Say it again, you what?
Lord wants to do this.
All right. Find the probability that the pupil is right-handed. I'm guessing we're going to go 154 over 200, correct. Find the probability that the pupil prefers green given that they are left-handed. So you definitely know they are left-handed, which is 46. And they prefer green, the answer is? Are the events of being left-handed and preferring green, independent events? Justify your answer with calculation. For them to be independent, do we remember what the formula was? Does anyone remember what the formula was for them to be independent? No? Probability of A and B must equal to the probability of A times probability of B. Sorry? No, that's union. Yeah. For them to be independent, remember, for me and you to be independent events, the probability of you occurring and the probability of me would be multiplied with each other. That's the way it works. So, are the events independent? Well, let's see. What's the probability of being left-handed and green? Left-handed and green is 17 out of left-handed and green, 17 out of 200. Yeah, so left-handed and green, which is just these people. 17. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It should be 17 out of 200 must equal to the probability of left-handed times probability of green. Probability of left-handed. What's the probability of being left-handed? We said 46 out of times probability of green. Probability of green is 61 out of 200. Plug that into your calculator. Does it give you 17? Maybe, but I doubt it. 46 times 61 out of 200. Nah, yeah, 1403 over 20,000. So, no, they are actually dependent. They're not independent. So it's trying to say that those who are left-handed actually do prefer green. That's the idea. It's dependent on each other. So those who are left-handed probably more prefer green. All right, all good. Question 29, not for you. You do financial issue. But fun. Yeah, no, good stuff. You need to know it for your life. It's actually superannuation and loan repayments. Things you actually need to know. Properly.
It's not hard stuff.
No, it's actual. Who said it's hard?
I said it's not hard.
Oh, no. It's the only thing that won't involve calculus.
Yeah.
Like, because you actually have to do it. Your algebra's got to be really good, because it does get a bit lengthy. But if your algebra is okay, extension students that have done binomial, the algebra is 10 times harder than this. So those students are fine. But it's actually good stuff. Let's see. Janice deposits 5,000 to a savings account every year. And then you're trying to work out how much she makes at the end of, let's say, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, at a certain interest rate. Important stuff that you actually need to know for life. This is probably the only topic that everybody enjoys because it's actually applied. But anyways. Okay, question 30. Aloud. Differentiate. What must you use if you had that question? Before you guys just do it, what must you use? What must you use to differentiate this? Sandra, what must you use to be able to differentiate this? Yes. Then multiply two different x's. Product rule. Go. U, that's your V. Let's see. I'll leave it with you guys for a second.
That's intercept, right? There you go. Yeah, cool. And you two. Is your y dash all the way up to 3? So let's see what was right. 3 plus minus 0, you probably 10. This guy's 10. Actually, 10 is like that, turns. There, specifically.
Okay.
This is turning point. People just have an intercept as well. The way if the intercepts can't cut through or bounce
Yeah.
or squiggly, so technically you just know to cut through what we need in the y dash. These 2 points, it is specifically a stationary turning point.
Okay.
So even if it becomes a intercept, you're going to write that. And this guy's telling you it's a turning point.
Good. How do we find stationary points, Fiona?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you find it?
So fun.
No, sorry.
How do you actually find it? What's the process?
What's the process?
Oh my God.
That's okay.
So you differentiate, then make y that equals 0, and then something x to get everything.
You found it. Told you, you told me to be easy. Believe me. You'll tell me afterwards. When you end of your talk, like, remember you told me this? Are you lying or you're lying? One of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Tell me, right? Yeah, remind me of it.
Okay, here we go. U dash. U dash is just obviously 1. Plus V dash. Okay, to differentiate this guy, the answer is going to be 2x minus 3, the derivative of the power. That's how I do it. Then keep the exponential the same. That's V dash times U. Multiply this x with this bracket, and then look at what you've got here. It says 2x squared, 2x squared. Take away 3x, take away 3x, plus 1, which means please do what in the next line? What have they done with this line here that I don't have? It's just a form. What have they done? What have they done? Look. 2x squared minus...
They multiply that and then factorize to whatever.
Factorize, yeah. They didn't need to multiply. If you're just factorizing this guy out,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, just factorize this, what are you going to have here? Plus 1. So it'll be 1 plus 2x squared minus 3x. Can you guys see the factorizing? But you don't need to see it.
Should be.
It's already there. You know what I'm going to write? 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. Like I said, I don't know if you guys are used to it just yet, but the answer's in front of you. If you can see it, factorize, expand.
Yeah, I just left it and skip it. I just wrote the answer after.
Careful. If you just skip without, did you times by x here? X and this? Because if you don't show that, to us it looks like you might have just fudged it. You couldn't do it. You have to try to show that step, and then from there you could have just written this. Because I mean, if you had factorized it, which it does look like I did, you would have just written plus 1 anyways.
Yeah.
No one would have known if you factorized it or not. Decreasing, that's for next year. That's minimum. that's areas, that's integration, and that's it. Okay. That was this year's Sydney